So we have discussed that in case of a single generator delivering to a load, this is the generator and this is the load. What will be the constraint here? The real power and reactive power are the constraints. That means whatever the load is demanding, that the generator has to give. Okay. But what is variable? Frequency and the terminal voltage, they can be varied. Okay. How can frequency be varied? By changing the governor set point, and Vt can be changed by changing the field current. Okay. In case of a generator operating in parallel with an infinite bus. Okay. So that means you have an infinite bus here which is delivering a load. Here also 3 lines, right? 3 phase. So this is the load, and you have a generator which is connected in parallel to this infinite bus. Okay. So in this case, what was the constraint? The frequency and the terminal voltage, they are constrained to be constant, because in an infinite bus there are so many number of generators that this cannot change just because of a single generator. Now what is variable? The real and reactive power delivered by the generator. This is variable. Okay. Once again, you can use the governor set point to control the real power and the field control to control the reactive power. Okay. So this is the second case. Now in case of generators of almost same size operating in parallel, so that means there is no infinite bus, just a few generators. In that case, what will be the constraint and the variables? This is generator 1, let us say. Now you have another generator which is connected in parallel to this generator 1. Okay. So in this case, what is the constraint? The power, the real power that is delivered by generator 1 plus the real power delivered by generator 2, this should be equal to the demanded real power. Similarly, the reactive power, Qg1 plus Qg2 is equal to Q load. Okay. So what is Pg1? It is the real power delivered by generator 1. Pg2 is the real power delivered by generator 2. Similarly, Qg1 and Qg2. Okay. And P load and Q load are the powers that are demanded by the load. This is the load. So how will this operation look like? Now let us take the power frequency characteristics. Let us say this is for generator 1, and this side we have generator 2, and this is the common axis for frequency. Okay. The horizontal axis is for the real power. Okay. Now the frequency characteristics, power frequency characteristics for generator 1, let us say it is like this, and for generator 2 we will take like this. Okay. Now when they are operating in parallel, let us say this is the operating frequency. Okay, they will be operating at the same frequency. So what will be the power that will be shared by generator 1? It is Pg1, and by generator 2 it is Pg2. Okay. So now when you add both of them, you are going to get the load power. Okay. Now in this setup, you can change the system operating frequency, and you can also change the power sharing between the two loads. That means Pg1 and Pg2 you can change. Okay. But the sum will be equal to the load power. Okay. The power that is demanded by the load. So how can you achieve this control of frequency and the real power? Even if you consider the terminal voltage and reactive power, this also you can change. Vt and Qg1, Qg2. Just like we are going to control the frequency and real power, we can control the terminal voltage and the reactive power as well. Same principle will apply. Okay, so we will first discuss this, and the same thing will apply to this as well. So we will draw the characteristics once again. This is the frequency, this is for generator 1, and this is for generator 2. Okay, so now we have the characteristics like this, and the system is currently operating at this frequency. This is Pg1 and this is Pg2. Let us say you are increasing the governor set point of generator 2. Say it is now something like this. Okay. So this is the new characteristic and this is the old characteristic. So now what will happen to the frequency? At this same value Pg2, the new characteristic, since it is here, the frequency, the new frequency should be this. Okay. So this should be the new frequency. But then this is the new frequency. Since this generator will also operate at the same frequency, the load that is delivered by generator 1 will decrease. So that Pg1 plus Pg2 together, it is not being equal to the load power. Okay. So this is not going to happen. This constraint will anyways be there. It cannot change. Pg2 plus Pg1 should be equal to the load power. So what will be the cumulative effect is that the real powers will also change. The frequency, the operating frequency will also change. So it will be somewhere in between like this. System frequency will increase as well as the power that is delivered by generator 2. So this is the new Pg2 and Pg1. Okay. Such that the new values, when you add, once again it is equal to the P load, which is nothing but the sum of the previous two load sharing values. Okay. So what is the effect of increasing governor set point? The system frequency is increasing, load delivered by that generator will increase while the other generator load sharing will reduce. Similar effect will be there for the terminal voltage and the reactive power. So this is the real power and frequency, and what we are using here is the governor control. Okay. Now in terms of the reactive power and the terminal voltage, the control that we will be using is the field control. Effect of increasing field current is just going to be the same thing. Instead of system frequency, the terminal voltage will increase and the reactive power delivered by that generator. So that generator whose field current we are increasing, this is going to increase, and for other generator it is going to reduce. But we don't want to change both the parameters at the same time. Okay, so that means at a particular frequency we want the load sharing to be changed, or at a particular load sharing we want the system frequency to be changed. So how do we make that happen? We can just simultaneously vary the governor set points. Here we are talking about the effect of a single generator, but if we simultaneously vary the governor set points as well as the field current, we can get at a particular frequency or at a particular terminal voltage, you can get different load sharing, or you can get for a particular load sharing, you can get different system frequencies and terminal voltage. So don't worry, we will summarize all of this. Okay. If we want to change system frequency at a particular load sharing, real power sharing, what we are going to do? We are going to simultaneously increase or decrease the governor set point. So if you are simultaneously set point of both generators, so if you are increasing, then what will happen? System frequency will increase. If you are decreasing the governor set point, then the system frequency will reduce, right? So you can see for yourself. So this is for generator 1 and this is generator 2, and you have the load sharing somewhere here. This is PG2 and this is PG1. Now if you are simultaneously increasing, then what is going to happen? You are simply going to get whatever you are increasing here, the same increase you are getting here. So at the same values of PG1 and PG2, you are going to get a new operation at a new frequency. Okay. Similarly, if you reduce, then you are going to get a lower system frequency. Now, if we want to change load sharing at a particular system frequency, say PG1 and PG2 was the initial load sharing. Okay. Now you want new values PG1 dash and PG2 dash. Okay. So let us say this PG1 dash is greater than PG1. That means generator 1 needs to share more load, then the load that is shared by generator 2 will automatically reduce. So what will happen? Whichever generator you want to increase the load sharing, that generator you will increase the governor set point while decreasing the governor set point for the other generator. So that means if you have, this is for generator 1 and this is for generator 2. Let us say this is the initial operation. Here you have PG1 and here you have PG2. Now you want to increase PG1. So what you're going to do? You're going to increase the governor set point, and for the second generator you're going to decrease the governor set point. Okay. So that at the same frequency, now you are going to have new value of load that is shared by, so this is generator 1 and this is generator 2, right? Generator 1 and generator 2. So we have a increased value for generator 1, whereas what is happening to this other side, PG2, this is reducing, PG2 dash. Okay. So you can write down simultaneously increase the governor set point of the generator whose load we wish to increase, and decrease the governor set point of other generator. Similarly, if we want to change the terminal voltage, then you have to simultaneously increase or decrease the field currents. To change terminal voltage at a particular reactive power sharing, simultaneously increase or decrease the field currents of the generators. Okay. So if you increase simultaneously, if you increase both the generators field currents, the terminal voltage will increase, and if you decrease simultaneously, then the terminal voltage will decrease. Okay, just like the frequency adjustment. Similarly, to change the reactive power sharing at a particular terminal voltage, increase the field current of one generator and decrease for the other generator simultaneously. Okay, so this is how you control the parallelly operating generators which are of similar size.